Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. My name is Draygone the Willem Fuzzbottom Jr. and these are some of my patrons. Snow Kieran, Hidoru, Theo Vellum, and a special thanks to my special sponsor, Lit Dragon. When we last left off, we finally rescued Princess Zelda, meaning that we have finally collected all of the crystals in the game. And these crystals, of course, hold the maidens. Or at least they held the maidens. It's entirely possible that the maidens are no longer in these, which means they are wandering who knows where, and Link is just carrying these empty crystals for whatever reason. But since we have collected all the crystal maidens, we can now head on to the final dungeon, which is right over there. You see that mountain over there blocking the sun? You see that tiny speck of a pillar right there, right in the middle of the sun? That is the final dungeon. It is Ganon's Tower. And we're going to be going there to fight the final boss. How exciting! It is so exciting that we're not actually going to fight the boss today. Because, well, we're definitely going to make our way to the bosses. Bosses plural, there's multiple bosses by the way. You'll see what I mean when we get there. But by golly, cliffhangers are cool, and I want to have one at some point in this Let's Play. It might as well be during the finale. Now then, I'm going to go ahead and start off by heading to the Light World. We got a couple of things to do. First thing I'm going to be doing is heading over to Kakariko Village. Because it is time to say goodbye to a good friend. That friend is Mr. B. He's definitely been useful throughout this adventure, sometimes more than others, but now it is time to say farewell. Wow! I've never seen such a rare bug. I'll buy it for 100 rupees, okay? Done. You don't even get the option to say no. You just have to take the money and say goodbye to the bee. Of course, I could get another bee and grind for some money, but nah. It is time to say our farewells. You know, it's too bad that I don't have more of an audience here at YouTube. I've been making such a big deal out of using Mr. B throughout this adventure. If I had a fan base going on, I would probably be receiving fan art of me and Mr. B. That would have been fun. I dream of the day where I get to get fan art. Someday it'll happen. Someday. Anyway, with Mr. B's bottle empty, I decided it was worthwhile to get myself an extra medicine. In fact, I bought another medicine in between episodes so that when I got money from Mr. B, I'd actually receive that money and not waste money because my money was maxed out at the end of the last episode. That sort of thing. So, now I have spent my money to do some things, and we're ready to start making our way to the final dungeon. So, onward to Death Mountain. By the way, I feel really stupid. You know these rock monsters that have been really pestering me throughout this adventure every time I come to this mountain? I completely forgot that you can kill them with the Quake spell. Well, I mean, it doesn't kill them, but it lets you kill them. That is so much easier than stunning them into forms that you can't walk past even when you're invisible. The sucky thing is, I even mentioned that in my notes. It says right there, as a reminder, those stone enemies can be killed with Quake. And I've actually looked at that note multiple times throughout this adventure, completely forgetting what stone enemies I was talking about. I was thinking like some bigger stone enemies, like Link's size. What I should have wrote down is those dodgy enemies who turn to stone when you hit them can be killed with Quake. In fact, let's go ahead and do that again before I take damage again. Okay. Here, give me that fairy. I didn't need it, but... Well... That's certainly throwing me off for a loop. Never seen that happen before. Any of you seen that happen before? Huh. That was weird. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and start making our way up the mountain here. And I want to bring up something that I forgot to bring up at the end of the last episode. We have now rescued Princess Zelda, the last of the maidens. She is also the only maiden that we even have a chance to get to know. I mean, the other 6 maidens that we rescued might as well not even be people. They might as well be just magical stones. In fact, they practically are magical stones. I know I've brought up Ocarina of Time on multiple occasions, and I promise this will be the last time, but at least in Ocarina of Time, when you're rescuing sages, each one is different, and each one has their own personality, and you get the chance to know them all. Whereas the maidens in this game have no personality, they don't even have names, they're just recolors of each other. Well, this game certainly wins in the exploration department. Ocarina of Time beats it by a mile in the story department. Oh well, at least Zelda is an interesting rescue. Now then, here we are at the top of the mountain, and we got these Lionels again. Nice thing is, their fireballs cannot get past my new shield that I got in the last episode. So you know what? You guys are cool and all, with those 4 legs, but you also have hands. It's like the best of both worlds. However, you gotta die. Preferably by me timing that attack better. Here, let's time it better with you. And there we go. I bet you these guys are a lot easier here than they are in Breath of the Wild. Alright, here we are at Ganon's Tower. Link, we are going to break the barrier of Ganon's Tower with our power. Okay, so they actually are still inside the crystals then. Well, here goes. Welcome to the final dungeon. You notice that we have these statues of these pigs holding a Triforce. That's actually Ganon. Yeah, the main villain is a pig. You know, under normal circumstances, Link probably would have been eating Ganon for lunch. At least before he got turned into a rabbit. I also want to point out that in the statues, Ganon is holding the Triforce. I know that that's not really the real Triforce, it's just a statue, but if Ganon's supposed to be holding what he has acquired, instead of the Triforce, shouldn't he be holding the Psyforce? I mean, according to Zelda lore, he's only supposed to have one triangle out of the Triforce, and then Link and Zelda are each supposed to have the other 2 Psyforces. As far as I'm concerned, this is just more evidence that this game is not necessarily connected with the entire Zelda series. There is no timeline. Some of them are connected, but not all of them. Now then, play a little bit of whack-a-mole, because we need to get into this to push it. And so we did. I don't think there's anything that I get if I kill that thing, but I'll do it anyway, just to cover my bases. Nope. In that case, onward. Well, we're gonna go up first. And here, I got a few of these guys. Let's go ahead and just take care of them with some magic, because otherwise they'll just... Well, that's not a good example. Here, do this. Okay, that still wasn't a good example. They were supposed to successfully dodge my sword attack, so that I could show you that attacking them with your sword is kind of painful, because not only will they dodge your attack, but they'll throw bones at you. Well, at the very least, I can show that trying to attack them with your sword causes these things to trigger. Kind of a dangerous situation. We're gonna be getting a lot of money here. But that's okay. I'm basically done collecting money. Or done buying things, rather. Now then, I wanna say... Oh boy, this is a tall place we got here. 8 floors? Interestingly, we actually started out on the 2nd floor. How does that work? The only thing that I can figure is that the 1st floor and basement are the 1st floor and basement because they're the main part of the dungeon. We're not actually going to be going the 2nd floor up for a little bit here. There's a whole lot of downstairs to cover first. Still though, I think it would have been making more sense if we started on the 1st floor and then had 2 basement levels. You know what? I don't feel like demonstrating on you. Have an arrow to the knee. Then we'll go ahead and head in here. Ooh, don't that look dangerous? We're going to be encountering a lot of these fire bars in this dungeon. Occasionally I'm going to want to avoid them with my magic cape, but I think in this situation that won't be necessary. So let's just go ahead and grab this. And we got the map. On second thought, let's go ahead and use this. I was actually supposed to hit this thing first, I think. Or was I? Huh. That's weird. Okay, there we go. You know, that bottom tile should have been open from the start. I wonder why it wasn't. Okay, with that out of the way... Well, first things first, let's take a look at this dungeon that we're going through. Yeah, there's a lot of dungeon here. But once we start climbing up, there's still going to be a lot of dungeon. So, let's just go ahead and get the first half of this dungeon over with. Start by placing a bomb here. That was unnecessary. I was supposed to place the bomb after opening this path for myself. Whatever, I got plenty of bombs. Now, there is a trick to this puzzle. If you place the bomb too close to these, that'll be causing problems. Really? It's another one of those things where it worked totally different on my practice run. On my practice run, it actually triggered both of these. And that was a dumb thing to do right there. And I did it twice. I never said I was good at video games. Okay, this room I'm definitely going to want to have a little bit of invincibility because I cannot get past these guys without it. And yes, these things are totally male. Give me some of that health. This room's going to be slightly dangerous, but not too much of an issue. Although Link's kind of burning his ears a little bit there. Nothing under those, huh? Now what was it I wanted to do? Oh yeah, I remember. Want to push this out of the way, and then come over here, and we get a key. Along with the way across the pit, of course. And now we got ourselves a teleporter maze. This maze is not actually that complicated. We're going to start by following the very linear path to the left to this breakable wall. Now, the path to the left is actually going to be completely optional. We have no reason to go through it. Other than there's going to be some treasure along the way. And treasure's nice to have. And right here. And here's the treasure. Got some bombs. Got some bombs. definitely annoying how it has to tell us how to use bombs every time we pick up a chest full of them. I mean, it doesn't have to tell us how to use arrows. And that's it for this room. If I had to make a suggestion, Ryusuta, if you're able to remove tablets, maybe you're able to remove the message of how to use bombs? In which case, you can remove the message of bombs and then put back the Chris Holohan message. That would be nice. Okay, and from here, we want to step over here and then into the corner, and that's it for the maze. Now we got these guys. I'm just gonna shoot them with arrows. With my silver arrows. Very expensive arrows, I would assume. Especially in this day and age. So I just wanted you to take a good look at this room right now. We are right there. The reason I want you to take a good look in this room is because we can come here from the door down there, but there's no reason to. There's nothing of importance under the skulls, and killing the enemies just lets you out of the room. So don't bother coming into this room. My gosh, I hope I'm not mistaken when telling you that. As far as I remember, there is no key or anything under those skulls. But watch me be wrong. Looks like we got ourselves an invisible floor. Man, these arrows are powerful. Come here. Okay, you get to sort of live. So, there's an easy way to take care of this invisible floor situation. The hard way is to, well, just feel yourself around. The medium way is to use the ether spell, which will make the floor show up while the spell is being cast. And the easy way is just to light this torch, so that it just stays lit, and you don't have to constantly cast ether over and over again to figure out where you are on this thing. Oh, another one of you guys, huh? Well, you know what? You also get an arrow. And now we are through here. Wonder why these Triforces are green. What sort of magical properties would the green Triforce have? Or maybe it's an Emerald Triforce? Okay, so in this room here... Get you out of the way. Get you out of the way. I didn't need that bomb anyway. Oh wait, yes I did. But not until after I placed another one. Another one? Yep. There's a couple more bombs still. I feel dumb now. Can we just reset that? Okay, good. Let's try this again, but not dumb. It's only arrows, and I'm maxed out on those anyway. But still, I would feel really bad to actually knowingly miss a treasure chest. Oh, okay. So, by the way, this game does that thing that a lot of games likes to do and make you refight bosses. Not that it's really a concern. With my silver arrows, these guys are pushovers. Still though, we're gonna have to refight a few more bosses in this place. So, get ready for that. Aha! Got the big key. Really wanted this. Didn't really need those, but... Well, actually, I suppose I could have used some more arrows. Oh boy, you know, speaking of arrows, it's a good thing I did have these arrows, because can you imagine fighting that boss while trying to slip around on this ice? It wouldn't be very fun, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and open this. And we get a room full of fairies. I don't really need them, but you know, just to show you it's there. And up we go, and we wind up in a room with a big old treasure chest. You know what? Let's just do this. You found the red mail! This provides even better protection than the blue mail. Now you feel more like a tortoise than a hare. I already made that joke in the last episode. Of course, what this means is that now your defense is higher, so yeah. So now we have the red tunic. By the way, down here is this room where you lit the torch to make the invisible path appear. I kind of like the blue tunic a little bit better. You know what? Screw all y'all. Red tunic's fine though. And now we're back in this room. We've come full circle. Now it's time to make another circle. What item do I want to do that? Well, first things first. Can you give me, like, something useful, you two? Well, not if I'm actually out of magic, you can't. Drat. Okay, well, I'm gonna need to... Yeah, I actually want to have one of these now. And in the next room, the cane of Burna will be useful. Oh wait, I was wrong. It's not this room. It's another room. The room after this one. Pull this and you get some bombs. But not bombs that you actually want. Oh, for peeps, I was already at the... Okay, so for this room, we need the Cane of Samaria. Now, can I, like... Okay, good. That doesn't get rid of the thing. So let's start with the cave so that I don't bounce against that thing. And then, in the next room, is where I want the Cane of Burna. So we've got these tiles that are going to be covering, or coming up from the ground, and normally I would just stand in the entranceway where they can't hit me, but as you just saw, this room has one of those grubby man hands. And he would totally just snatch me out of the wall, which would really suck. You know what else sucks? The fact that you don't have enough magic to survive this room completely. Do I want to use another spell so quickly? Or another potion? Sure. I find it interesting how these things jiggle at me before they actually start chasing me. Oh, 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 how did that happen? What happened to my spell? Did I press the wrong button? Whatever, we're done here. And yeah, you had to survive all that in order to get through this room. Oh, this guy's going to be pestering us for a little bit now. So, through this door right here is that room I was pointing out where all the enemies were boxed in and you don't want to go in there because you don't get anything useful out of it. So we're not going in there because you don't get anything useful out of it. Ooh, more magic. Need that. But not quite yet. Oh boy. Uh-oh. I'm stuck between a rock and a fiery place. I want to kill you so you're not an issue later. Instead, you're an issue now. Here, let's do this the easy way. Or we could get captured by the grubby manhand, thus basically resetting the dungeon. It also means that unfortunately... Oh wait, never mind. I was about to say unfortunately we're going to have to sit in that room with all the stuff going on. with all those blocks coming after you, but no, we already unlocked the door. I just wanted to point out where this staircase went. Oh, don't you dare get caught on the spikes. I don't feel like using my magic on the cloak just yet. Get on there properly. Get on there properly. You know what? I'll just make another one. And onward. Now to kill these guys again. If only you could get rid of that hand permanently. But you can't. There. Screw you. And now these guys are not going to be an issue going on. Can I get that? Or is stuff going to block it? Stuff is going to block it. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and head in here. There's nothing really important in here, other than there's a little bit of a puzzle if you want what's under these skulls. I need to remember how to do this properly, because it's kind of tricksy. You gotta push these in the right order, and if you mess up, you can't simply just leave the room and then come back and try again. No, these things will stay moved the wrong way. I wanna say that we start by moving that one. Okay, well in that case, since we're using magic, ooh. Almost cinched my tail. So that's all that's in there. Now, we need to light these torches. And this is a timed puzzle, so gotta do this quickly. Start by lighting that one. Dash across here to light this one. Make our way across here. Light and through. Ooh, a twofer. And hey, I cast that spell while my magic was refilling, so I got max magic despite doing that. Awesome! Now comes a fun puzzle. We gotta blow up that crystal ball over there. And then do that again. And yes, physics do work that way. Time for more arrows. And get some arrows back. Get some treasure. We'll save that one in the upper left for last because it is a trap. But it's also important. Finally found the compass. So, where is the boss? Where else? All the way at the top of the tower. Speaking of which, this is definitely a dungeon that takes a while. The good news is, once you get halfway, once you're ready to quit, you can go ahead and quit if you wanted to quit halfway. Because the halfway point is the first room. Now this is going to be kind of tricky. Out of curiosity, can I not trigger that? Nope, use trigger it. Well, at least that one's easier. It brings you right to it. Okay, got a key. And it's an easy path the rest of the way out of here. Time for more Cane of Burna. Again, the Cane of Burna costs less MP than Magic Cape. And yet it does more. That is so weird. Actually, I think the magic cape might be better, because that bouncing spike down there will have knockback if we just use the cane. So, we'll just do this. I'm not entirely sure what the trigger is for that collapsing. Either a certain amount of time passing or reaching a certain point. Either way, it's certainly not something to be concerned with. This room, on the other hand... So we need to pull this out of the way. Can we push it? Okay, good. Was worried I'd have to, like, step around that block there. But nope, don't have to. You know, it occurs to me, and by occurs to me, I mean I just took a look at my notes, that this dungeon does not have a final dungeon theme. That's actually kind of weird, because even the first two Zelda games on the NES had final dungeon themes. I guess the situation with this particular instance is, well, we have two dungeon themes, the Light World and the Dark World, and so they used up their quota of dungeon themes. Maybe what they should have did is just have the Light World dungeon theme in all the dungeons and then save this song for this dungeon. Okay, there's no reason to go after those guys. This will just relight the path if we need it lit, but we don't need it lit. There's absolutely no reason to take the path across this way. Unless there's like some sort of trick going on here. You know what? Let's science. Nope, completely pointless. And so we have wound up back in this room. Please don't go up. Oh, never mind. There's plenty of room there. Not so much right here, though. So now that we made our way here, we need to make our way back to basically the entrance of the dungeon. Oh, we have finished the first floor, as well as the basement. Which means we have pretty much reached that mythical halfway point that I was trying to talk about earlier. Let's do this before things get... There seems to be a delay between equipping an item and actually being able to use it. One of you give me a heart. I got plenty of arrows. Yeah. Thank you. Alright. Halfway through the dungeon. So, like I said, if I wanted to quit right now, I could, and then I can just continue from right here. Pretty dang convenient. Certainly a lot more convenient than the final dungeon in Zelda 1. Boy. And so begins our climb up the tower. And wouldn't you know it, this guy's right here so that I could have gotten some health like so. I got these guys now. Will my arrow go across here? Yes. And along with that, we got that guy there. Let us first open a path like so. And, by the way, your shield also blocks those. This shield is awesome. Despite the lack of carrot. Okay, so got that taken care of. Let's make our way down this way now. With a little bit of extra magic on hand. And then comes this room. I had a little bit of difficulty with this room at first until I realized that the reason this statue is in this room is so that I can go ahead and push it in front of that thing so that I can much more easily make my way down there. Although, here's a question. And there's my answer. Ah, darn. Okay, maybe it's not as easy as I was hoping. I can totally handle this, in theory. How is it going over the statue? You know what? I was wrong. There is definitely not an easy way to get through this room. I was so wrong. Can I just walk through that statue, actually? No. Screw you. Aw, really? Come here. Okay, I call shenanigans on that hit detection. This room is kind of a disaster. I thought I knew the trick to surviving in this room easily, and I was completely wrong. Why is my magic meter not going down? Wait. Your magic meter does not drain when you're grabbing hold of, well, at the very least, grabbing hold of the statue. Does that work for anything? Yeah, you grabbed a hold of anything, and your magic doesn't drain. Huh. I wonder if I could have used that to my advantage in that room with the flying tiles and grubby manhand. Can the grubby manhand grab you while you're invisible? That is an interesting discovery. Okay, let's leave this room. Oh, and then we're coming to this part. We're going to be finding a whole lot of these laser statues right now. It's going to be kind of painful. Open up. Huh. And there's another thing that happened differently than my practice session. My practice session, I bounced against a door while it was opening. Next thing I need to do is make my way through here. And just to show you what's going on here, let's remove that layer, and that's what we got going on here. So gonna be kind of want to be careful here. Now, will these guys notice me? No. So we got a couple of those statues who wake up when you're close to them and you have to shoot their eye out. Oh, that worked better than I expected it to. Now, can we make this easy on ourselves? Hey, whatever works. Oh, really? I suck. I don't feel like using my magic. And these things aren't hard to dodge. Now, here's an interesting tricksy situation. If you want to get across this gap, you actually have to step far enough away from this that you can ram into it and bounce across. Took me a few minutes to figure that one out. And in here, fairies. Also, I used up a potion, didn't I? Used up a couple of them. Could have totally captured one of those fairies. Wonder if they'll respawn. Will you guys respawn? Would be helpful if you respawned. You don't respawn. Well, I think I'll be okay. I'll get more chances for fairies, I'm pretty sure. In fact, I'm certain of it. And then they come to this room where I'm just gonna blow them all up like so. It's not worth fighting them individually. Just kill them all. Alright, full on magic, full on health. We'll see how long that lasts. Apparently not very long on the magic front. But as long as I can stay full on health, that'll be kind of nice. This is a dangerous situation. And they're just gonna repeat this puzzle a few times. And I'm just going to repeat the solution a few times. With Bombos. Give me some magic, please. And now I need to survive. Okay, good. And then here we go again. This time even more difficult. You know what? I don't feel like dealing with this mess. And this mess is actually a little bit easier to deal with. But ice physics. Okay, I think there is something that'll restore my health or magic. Under these statues, skulls here. Indeed. A little bit of magic, a little bit of health. Let's skedaddle. Go ahead and make me naked. One last time. This might be the last opportunity that Link gets to be in the fur. As soon as he changes back to human, it'll be back to clothes being required. Okay, I remember what's in the next room. We need the silver arrows. So, you remember how earlier in this Let's Play, I was doing a whole lot of experimenting with the bosses and trying to find out if they had any special weaknesses? That was certainly time-consuming and annoying. So it's a good thing that I do a little bit of practicing ahead of time, because now I know for the second Light World boss, they're weak against the light arrows. As usual, this went better on my practice run. Like seriously, I killed them all in like 10 seconds. Because they actually woke up and went straight into my arrows. But now it's not going so easily. And that sucks. And yet, very typical of a Let's Play. Whatever. Got through here without taking damage. In this room, nothing important about this room. It's just a chance to restock on things. And I like restocking. Especially when it's free. Oh, hold on a sec. Let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Or maybe killing 5 birds with... Oh. Ah! The entire point of... using this was so I could see where this path was. And not fall down like an idiot. We'll just do this. Bye! And once again, do this. So we got skeleton whiz robes, huh? That's kind of interesting. Here, gimme. Gimme. And why not? Make our way across here. Because we got another collapsing floor. It's not a collapsing floor that will stop your progress, but it'll make things a little bit difficult since you'd have to waltz your way across this. A little difficult. Not much. Okay, this room. I need more magic. Possibly. No, I can do this without magic. Wait, I was wrong. I do need magic. Oh, so I'm doing this wrong. Hey, thanks for the magic. Now, is that enough to light these torches? You know what, just in case, I bet you there's some magic under that skull there. Maybe? Okay, definitely have enough magic now. So we're gonna wanna light these torches up here. Very carefully. And let's get out of here before they unlight themselves. Darn. Oh, needed that. Uh-oh, okay. Light. 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 You can kind of see what was going on with that situation. Let's re-enter this room, shall we? There's a moment there where you actually can attack before the game realizes that you're in the door where you shouldn't be able to swing your sword. Why did that key have to land there? Now I'm gonna have to... Oh, can I go with my boomerang? Yes. Okay, good. This is definitely a big dungeon. Oh, we got this sort of situation again. That'll open that up. Aww. Should have just used my magic. But I kind of want to save a little bit more of it. Did it? Yeah. Screw you. Oh, give me. Not that it matters. Another key. Getting closer to the end of this dungeon. Well, that sucked. Oh, and here we are. Boss number 3. So, this guy gave me no end of trouble before. I did that on purpose, by the way. I should have did it on purpose somewhere else. That boss in the 3rd dungeon. Or 4th? 5th? Whatever. The tower dungeon of the light world. That boss was an absolute pain. No weaknesses, and if you got knocked off the platform, you had to start the whole fight over again. However, this time it's gonna go a whole lot better. And you can probably guess why. Don't hit the head, because you'll bounce off. And that takes care of that. To think, that boss could have been so much easier had I performed that glitch to get the magic cape earlier. But no, I had to wait until the Dark World was already unlocked. Whatever. That's 3 bosses down. only one more boss from the light world. And that boss is Ganon. And unfortunately, Ganon does not have much in the way of weaknesses. In fact, he has none. I mean, I can use the bug-catching net to damage him, but as I showed the first time I tried doing that tactic, it's not very easy. So I'm just going to have to rely on my sword. I'm also going to rely on this cape to not have to deal with this mess. And that was convenient. And I think we're just about there. Yep. Gagon's right through this hallway. Here goes. Ho ho ho! It's great that you could come all the way here, Link. I'm very happy to see you again, but you better believe that we will not have a third meeting. Now die like the animal you've become. Whoa, what? Hold on a sec. 3 Gagonums? What the heck? I had enough trouble fighting one of these guys. Do I even have a chance at fighting 3? Well, I certainly hope so, or this is going to be a sucky way to end a Let's Play.